Totally Mimi here, and we just finished the Blue Eyes White Destiny Structure Deck tournament, and my friend Dennis here won the first place. He went 4-0. So what you played today?
Yeah, so today I played Centurion Bystial. It's one of my favorite decks. I've been playing this for like the moment it came out, but I really enjoy the deck. It doesn't do well against Detonator, but since the deck is like really small, you can get into that stuff, especially with the hand traps that stop it and the board breakers, like Imperm, Ulti Slayer, and other stuff. This is my deck list so far right now. So I got 3 Primeros. That's obviously 3. You need 3 of these because that's one of your starters, one of your key starters. So you got 3 Primeros right here. You get your search, and sometimes when you need it, you normal summon no effect and go into a Typhon for scenarios where you can't out a Detonator board, or that's like your only last resort. Like Typhon can solo a Rising board sometimes. So I like playing, what is it called? Typhon with this. And then you play 3 Shudeas. Like with Primero, you can also Typhon if you really need it. Just don't use their effect because then Detonator could just pop your only body that you need. And yeah, you play 3 because that's really important. Starter. You play 3 stand-up, another starter extender, really good extender in my opinion.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then my friend picked me up with a collector rare. I love this collector rare. It's such a pretty card. But yeah, we played 3 stand-up because of course it's one of the strongest extenders. Really good starter as well. Unless they ogre you, you go -2. But yeah, it's really good. If you pair it with the normal summons first, and they can't really ogre this, so this is like your free back row replacement. Unless they ogre your back row, which is also awkward. And then you got your 1 terraforming. It really helps with the consistency because now you have 4 copies of stand-up Centurion instead of 3.
He played 1 the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And then we got 1 Gargoyle, 1 A-Tree, and 1 Wake Up. A-Tree is really good. Once you get it going, like her draw 1 is crazy because you draw into all your non-engine that you would need to stop these opponents. And Wake Up's obviously good for, what's it called? Really good into making a body, a level 8 or level 4 body for Primera Primus or Auxilia Legatia. This guy saved me. So what happened was he let me resolve Trudea, but then imperm my Primera, and I had this in hand, so I just sent off the Trudea in the back row to keep comboing. It really helped a lot. And then you can also chain block with this card. You can modulate him. I really like him. I think he's a definite must play at least 1. A-Tree is pretty good as well for the
Also
draws.
for me, you forget this thing has 3k defense.
Oh yeah, it has 3k defense, 2k, it can walk over some stuff. Then you play 2 Phalanxes and 1 Bond. Bond is for the grind game. You want to place cards in the back row, and it's also nice to open it up and like place your cards in the back row or discard off of it. They can get more follow-up when, like, for example, you make one of the level 12 or level 8 synchro monsters. You can place 1 more in back row. And the 2 Phalanxes is really good in my opinion because not only is this like an interruption, you can also summon from the graveyard to continue playing or make a brick wall. So I really enjoy playing 2 Phalanxes. It really comes in help. Then you played 3 Oath because, you know, just like stand-up, really strong extender, really good opener.
Why is it a quick play?
Because it should be. Anyways, I really love these 3 cards. Yeah, and then for the Bystial engine, I play 1 Regained. That's obvious. And then 2 Druid Swarms.
Boo.
Plus another one. We played 3 Druid Swarms here. Yeah, I love Druid Swarm. He saved one of my games too. I summoned Druid Swarm against like this Dynamorphia player, and I outed out his board with this Druid Swarm by going into Chaos Light and Dark Chaos Angel and then send help board break against stuff. It's also good against other boards where if you like normal summon Primera, don't use their effect, and you have Druid Swarm made on their side of the turn, like in the end phase or made something like that. You can go into Light and Dark Chaos Angel, banish, and send another to graveyard. It's really helpful. 1 Magnamut, that's obvious. You always gotta play Magnamut. Depending on your scenario, sometimes what I would do, I would search out my Lubellions. Like if for example, if it was their turn and I Magnamut, I would grab Lubellion in some cases, so I can like grab another Bystial and have the setup to get what is it called, branded Regained out. And Regained like helps a lot with a lot of decks. It solves a lot of stuff. You play 1 Baldrake. He comes up in some scenarios, like if against Malice, you can what's it called? If they exhausted some of their banish, it comes back, so you can use this to stop some of that. You can also stop other decks when they try to go into extra deck monsters. And then for non-engine, I play one Call by the Grave. I didn't really see it coming that often because it's a 1-up, but I like it a lot. You hit the hand traps pretty well. You play 2 talents, really like talents as well. You draw 2, look at hand, board break. It's really nice, really enjoyable. 3 imperms, the standard usual, pretty good. Then 2 Ghost Ogres. These actually came up against what's it called? Field spell players and continuous spell players. It also came up against Duo Drive. This card helped me like survive a turn because I popped his Duo Drive. He couldn't get his search off. And then you play 3 Ash. That's an obvious given. And I played 3 Nib. You played 3 Nib. The reason why I do that is because Nib is really good paired with another hand trap. But since we play so much non-engine and the Bystials count as hand traps too, you can actually play Nib really well, and it can go
Ash
well.
per Nib.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's my main deck.
How many cards in the main deck?
45. I probably there's some stuff in there you could cut, in my opinion.
He also was playing 3 Mellotronus.
Oh yeah, I was playing 3 Mellotronus. This right here was 42, but I did have 3 Mellotronus. I was borrowing off a friend, but I had to give it back.
He forgot that Nib can be summoned.
Yeah, you can summon, you can out detonate it with the Nibiru token, or you can summon your own Chaos Angel and break other boards. I think it's really versatile. And so for the extra deck, you play 1 Archfiend, 1 Angel, and 1 Bystial, this powder. For this, I really like this powder because it solos Malice. This card is literally a godsend. He vanishes, breaks boards, and is he's a giant wall. And
he's been borrowing that for 2 years
giant
now.
Tower, yeah.
He's been borrowing that for 2 years now.
Listen, bro, they won't reprint this card. They won't reprint
They did.
A really bad one. And then Chaos the Archfiend. This card is sleeper. Let me tell you something. This card is so sleeper because what he can do is when you make this, you can swing every single card on your opponent's field, and then he banishes all of them too. And when he banishes a card, when a card is banished, he gains 2,000 attack. So this guy becomes really big.
I put him on this and he said that card sucks the first time.
Yeah, but then I realized, wait, hold on. I read closely. I read a little closer to the fine lines. I went against Labyrinth. He banished something by accident, and I just went pow, 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 destroyed everything, and he died. And then what's also really good about Archfiend is that if they out it, you can summon your Chaos Angel. So what happened was my opponent was playing Ryzeo and he made Baguska. I was like, well, crap, I can't really out it right now. So I ended up just sitting on a Chaos Archfiend, and then if he outs it, I can float into a Chaos Angel and break something. And he has also a body in the way during the battle phase. And then you play 2 Primera Primus. This card came up really good. This card is like a godsend. Not only do you search your extender, you can pop 2 cards on the field.
He finally got to use it.
Yeah. So and my opponent had a set card, and I used Primera Primus to pop one of my sets in his set so that I can go for game. Because it removes that one monster that's in the way for lethal. Then you play 2 Legacia. I prefer playing 2 Legacia because that draw 1 and pop 1 is really good into playing into boards. Removal I think is really important in this format, and Legacia really helps. And if you summon it with Gargoyle, you can also chain block with it. So you not only get your draw, but you also pop along with a resource looping. Then 1 Auxilia. This is really good. When my opponent hand trapped my Primera when I had True Day in the back row, I sent it off with the Gargoyle. Then I was able to summon Auxilia and then keep playing. And then 1 Crimson Dragon. It's kind of risky, but there's a.
Do you ever do it anymore?
Do what?
Do you ever do it anymore?
Crimson Dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still do Crimson Dragon. When I pull it, if I get to Crimson Dragon and make my 2 Cosmic Blazar Dragons, you're in the driver's seat. You're gonna have a really high chance of winning. Just don't shotgun these.
Unless you're Labyrinth.
And that too. But don't shotgun these. You will lose if you shotgun these. I know the hard way. It took me a while to figure out you can't shotgun those. Then you play 1 Typhon. This, like I said, we pair this with a normal summon. You can stop Detonator, and he try to swing, get some damage, board clear, and then maybe set a few cards. This is your last resort. Remember that. And then if you play 1 Aggregator, I played the Aggregator. This card actually soloed a board one time. My opponent made it like a Baguska, a dual drive, Ryzial Cross, and Detonator. So I Ulti Slayer sent the Mirror Logic, turn off his Ryzial Cross, and I sent back his what's it called, his Baguska. This turns off his Ryzial Cross because he tried to negate it, and then I normal summon no effects one of the level 4s, then go into Typhon, and I was able to destroy his entire board. And I also had some follow-up for the next turn and a few set cards.
Also for Metatronus, you can summon that against Malice.
Yeah. And then you play IP Masquerena and SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight comes up a bunch, especially one time I ended on Typhon, then go into SP Little Knight so I can banish something. That was really useful. Then IP Masquerena. If you get D-Buried and you have some Bystials in your hand, you can make an interruption with this.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I know. I love IP Masquerena. So you can just link into IP Masquerena after they debury you, call Synchros, and then you get your SP interruption along with some Bystials. But that only works if you have Bystials most of the time. So now we will go into our side deck. For our side deck, we got Pot of Prosperity. If you open this card, you can dig really deep into your deck. Especially, there's some cards you can banish face down depending on your matchup. So that's why I enjoy Pot of Prosperity to get into some starters, see some engine, especially if you play a lot of non-engine. Since you play a lot of non-engine, if you get to this, you can probably see a starter. Then I play one Artemis. This sounds weird, but if you're going second, you can link off into Artemis, then make SP Little Knight, and then banish something. And then I put I left Mirror Logic in here because I'm scared of Malice, so I just want to Mirror Logic and send that away. And then this is your time card, very important. I think you should play that. Then I played 1D Barrier. This will probably never be seen because I don't play Thrust.
What?
And then you play what is it? 3 deck lockdowns and then 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. I still think this card is crazy goated. If you put Parrot of Auxilia and Cosmic Blazar Dragon, if they try to aggregate this, they won't be able to because you have your Cosmic Blazar negate, and also it works against a lot of other matchups, probably Blue Eyes as well because I heard they search a lot. And then you have your 2 Ulti Slayers. This card soloed, I remember. This card will solo some decks. And then
Win a 3.
Why not at 3? Because I built this like 10 minutes before the game started. And then we have 2 Droll and Lockbird, and then 3 Lancia. This is a given. Like, especially with Malice running around, the boards they make can be crazy, so you gotta play Lancia to try to stop them as fast as possible. This side deck will probably be subject to change because, you know, like he said, two Ulti Slayers and one D-Bear that I probably will never see in 45 cards. So you can probably like rework some stuff. Maybe take out Harpy's Feather Duster and Pot of Prosperity to get some thrust in, so then you can actually see these cards.
And he has flaws coming in May.
Yeah, and then once once the Molt Charmies get reprinted, I could probably change up my deck and try to include those in. But yeah, that's pretty much my entire deck so far.
Anyway, thank you, and have a nice day.